What a day, what a day, what a day. 4 o'clock right now, everything's closed. This is what it is. So we we kind of made a hammer on the daily, but I don't really like the feel of the momentum. Um, I mean, we could very well pop tomorrow, close that gap tomorrow, and then subsequently turn around. Um, Not impossible. Lots of fear out there over Omicron. A little knee-jerk reaction to the Build Back Better program. But the Build Back Better program is really not the fact that it got squashed is not a bad deal. I mean, it's a lot of corporate tax that just got averted, a lot of personal wealth tax that got averted, which would be reinvested into the economy. Um, and there'll be a resolution. You know, this guy's just playing hardball right now. I mean, there are a lot of things in there like some childcare provisions and things like that that the people need. So they're going to find a happy medium. I mean, this guy who's opposing it, he's conservative, but he's a conservative Democrat. So they'll probably find something to work out down the road. Omnicrom, you asked me, non-event, non-event. So really, all we really have to look at is interest rates, and they may not necessarily raise in March. They may just ease raising and bring this economy in for a nice soft landing, and that would be pretty good for tech, some tech sensitive. A lot of the shit companies are going to disappear, go to the wayside. But if anybody was around in the .com era, I mean, they were like pizzastore.com. .com just exploded, and then eventually all the shit got weeded out, and the good companies last. So that's what's happening here, man. You're getting an opportunity to buy good companies cheap. And you know what? You might see them a little bit cheaper, but I don't think you're going to see them much cheaper. So you're not going to get hurt if you're chipping away right here. By the summertime, I think you're going to feel really good. So we have this trend line on the 1 minute that I've been clocking, and we kind of tagged that trend line and bounced off of it. And that's a pretty good sign. I like to see that. I mean, we could turn around tomorrow and break right through it. And you know, I mean, Europe is they're crying like bitches over there. So you know, that was a lot of the fear in the market is them whining. But you know what? Get a shot, take a vitamin, and move on. I mean, Jim Cramer is on TV with the Omicron variant. I mean, you know, there's a virus out there. You're gonna get sick. So just accept it. Assume the risk. Wear a mask. Protect yourself, and move on. But no, bunch of prima donnas over there. So anyway, it looks like that's how this country's behaving. Obviously, New York is kicking and screaming, but you know that's like I actually go back to New York quite often to visit family and stuff, and I text them and friends, and I let them know that I'm back in New York, and yeah, my text says I'm back in the land of liberals and taxes. And then they know to get in touch with me and hang out. So yeah, that's what it is. It's liberals and taxes over there, and a bunch of crybabies. So that's what you're seeing. But I digress. I like that we broke above this or held above this trend line right here. That's really nice. We have this the 50-day EMA that we're under. I would like to see us get above that. I would have liked to have seen us close above this. I can't even see what the line is. What is that? There we go. Above this 566.70. That's actually the middle of today's opening range. And if we would have broke that, I would have been more confident that we would have pushed up to try to break today's high tomorrow. But we may dip down, test this low one more time before we move up. I wouldn't really want to see that because that would blow up our daily hammer. So I'd rather see that daily hammer stick. Everybody gain a little confidence and move on. There's some general theories out there that the first move is the wrong move. So if that's the case, then you know that first move down that we made today was the wrong move, and we should be moving up. Let's just look real quick at some sectors that pretty much got beat up pretty good. Here's the tech sector. Actually, you know what? Let's just look at it like this. See if we can get the data in quick enough. Nah. Oh, okay. There you go. We got data. So this is the QQQ, and it also put in a nice little hammer. Jumped off of the Keltner line. Um, Momentum still looks pretty negative. I mean, that was an aggressive move down, so it's going to take a little bit to get it going. But you know, I'm happy to see the hammer. Happy to see a hammer. That's on the daily. 60-minute looks like it's rolling around right here. 30-minute had some strength into the close. So actually, we're going to have to just keep an eye on if we pop. We break today's highs tomorrow. That's going to be a really good sign. The Dow, which carries most of the defensive, I mean, that is a handsome looking hammer. So that baby's going to trigger if we break the high tomorrow. And this is the DIA. It's the ETF to the Dow, but that's what the Dow looks like on the daily. So, you know, I like those. I like all that. Let's go back to the S&P. Take one more look at one thing that just popped into my head. So we have this divergence. Here's a high. Here's the high on this is a high. There's a high, and here's a third top, really. And you can just see the momentum creeping down. So that's a reversal pattern, no doubt about it. Well, I wouldn't call it a reversal pattern. I'll call it a topping pattern. And when you get that topping pattern, your trend is ending, and that's what it's pretty much shown us. But really, this doesn't trigger until we break this low down here. So if we can hold that 500, we could just move into a consolidation until things work out, and then maybe make our move up down the road. So that's what we're going to watch. So you know. I'm neutral on the market right now, and I've got a feeling that this may be the trading parameter for most of the year next year. I think we're going to be going between 500 and 700 for a good part of the year next year. We'll just have to keep our eye on that, see how we do. I mean, if we break this, then you know, we're looking at these lows. And I mean, 4,100 is not, you know, inconceivable. But we shall see. I would like to see us close this gap tomorrow. And if we do, that could set us up for another leg down. I mean, we'll have to play it one day at a time, but that's really what's been happening. We've been closing the gaps and then moving the opposite way. So heavy day, heavy day. We'll have to see what the overnight session holds for us, and then you know, we'll talk again in the morning. So all right, everybody. I hope people picked up some cheap stuff. I did. I actually made some moves early in the morning, and I got some things cheap, and I bought some spreads cheap, and some debit spreads. Um, you know, that's a limited risk for long positions on on the securities that I like. And I mean, I've gone through them before. I like Costco. Oh, look at that! It's up for the day. I like Bank of America. I like Honeywell. Honeywell took a beating, but it's good. Buy it. Buy it. It's cheap. I like Netflix. You know, I like Nvidia. I like the Aberdeen Platinum ETF. That's going to be a bit of a hold. It's going to hang on to that. That's a smart move, though. Not too crazy about Square. I like AT&T. I used to buy it on dividends. The dividend's pretty good, but they cut their dividends, so I backed off. But fundamentally, it's a pretty good company. So I take it out of my dividend purchasing roster. But they're looking good. They're looking good. TBT, I'm buying TBT because that's a short on bond prices. And ultimately, over the next year and a half, bond prices are coming down. Tesla, not really messing with it that much. Viacom, I like. It's dirt cheap, man. Buy it up. Verizon, I like to buy on these dips. Nice dividend paying. Uh, Mobile, I got out of mobile at about 64, 65. I've been waiting. Um, I'm not quite ready to make the move on it yet. It's a really nice dividend paying stock, but no, it's making that hammer too. Might be a good buy. I mean, if it breaks tomorrow, and there's actually a divergence on it also on the daily. You see this low is lower than this low right here. So you see the low here, here's the low over here, and then you see the low right here and the low over here, and this low is just higher. So there's a divergence on the momentum. Might be a good time to pick it up. I mean, the dividend's got to be like close to 7 right now. I mean, you really can't argue about that 7% just for sitting in the stock. And since the technical looks like it's ready for picking, you might want to make that move. I usually buy it between 55 and trade it between 55 and 70. So anyway, that's it. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I like. Everybody have a good night. We're getting close to Christmas. If you're gone for the holidays, enjoy and have a happy and healthy.